foe that hides in the dark and strikes when your back is turned deserves no respect. Only the hard face of my hammer is good enough for these cowards. Vox terminal receiving transmission from the Lore Master. Divert power to receive message.
Today's lesson will be about one of the greatest legends among the Space Wolves. Arjac Rockfist's origins are rooted in the harsh and unforgiving landscape of the Bear Claw tribe, where he honed his formidable strength as a blacksmith. His towering stature and immense power earned him renown, though his reserved nature often led others to underestimate his intellect. Despite his ascension to the revered ranks of the Sky Warriors, Arjac harbored a deep longing for the camaraderie of his Iron Priest brethren, and dreamt of one day returning to the Forge. However, those who have witnessed the ferocity of Arjac's combat ferocity understand that his true talents are revealed in the crucible of war. In the dark days of a particularly searing year, the Iron Priests of the Bear Claw tribe were preoccupied with their relentless tending of the Forge, oblivious to the ominous signs of impending doom. The once desolate shores of the Iron Isles were choked with algae, and the vegetation around the volcanic craters grew with unnatural vigor. But Fenris is a world where nightmares manifest, and the horrors that dwell beneath its oceans are not always confined to the abyss. In a cataclysmic surge, 1,000 kraken spawn erupted from the depths, laying siege to the Iron Isles. The Iron Priests, once masters of their domain, found themselves besieged by a relentless onslaught, their brotherhood pushed to the brink by the unspeakable terrors that had risen to claim their world. Left with no choice, the senior Iron Priest, Hengist Blackhand, ordered the vault sealed against the oncoming tide of monstrosities, condemning hundreds of brave warriors to the inferno of the volcanic slopes. Arjac Rockfist, known as the Anvil of Fenris, stood against the forces of chaos with unyielding determination. Rockfist did not concur with Hengist's decision. Wasting no time on words, Arjac shattered the vault's barricades with his warhammer, carving an escape route for those trapped by the alien horde. Nearly all the stranded warriors made it to safety, but the last dozen Iron Priests chose to stand alongside Rockfist, resolute in their defense of the vaults. They braced themselves as the first wave of alien abominations crashed against them. Less than 2 solar hours later, the skies above the Iron Isles were filled with the roar of 100 Thunderhawk gunships. Those aboard could see the island swarming with kraken spawn, save for one spot, a lone figure encircled by the black carapace monstrosities, wielding a thunder hammer that crackled with blue energy. Logan Grimnar and his warriors plunged into the ferocious battle below, and with the combined might of the other great companies, they drove the kraken spawn back into the abyss. Arjac's body was eventually uncovered beneath a mountain of chitin and scythe-like limbs, still blocking the entrance to the vaults. He was entrusted to the chapter's wolf priests, who restored him from the brink of Morkai's realm. So impressed was Logan Grimnar by Arjac's extraordinary display of strength and resilience that he immediately appointed Arjac as the Great Wolf's champion. Since that fateful day, Arjac has proven his worth in Logan Grimnar's Wolfguard countless times, his hammer seldom at rest. Despite his humility, even Arjac cannot deny his unique talent for vanquishing the most formidable of foes. Logan Grimnar commands utmost respect from all who fight under his banner. As the Great Wolf, he leads the charge into battle at the forefront of the chapter's greatest warriors. This elite cadre of heroes is known as the King's Guard, serving as Grimnar's personal bodyguard and entrusted with his protection on the battlefield. In his role as Grimnar's champion, Arjac Rockfist traditionally leads the King's Guard alongside his liege lord. At the helm of the chapter's foremost warriors, Grimnar thrusts himself into the thick of the fight, urging his men to greater feats of heroism with his thunderous roars of encouragement as they carve through their enemies. The King's Guard's composition is as follows: the Great Wolf Logan Grimnar, Arjac Rockfist, 2 units of Wolfguard Terminators, and 2 Land Raiders. Arjac Rockfist is a legend among the King's Guard. When not fighting directly at his lord's side as part of the Wolf Guard, he can often be found accompanying formations of assault terminators armed with storm shields and thunder hammers. When joined by their High King, the Shield Brothers, as they are known, form an impenetrable wall of lightning-wreathed ceramite around the Great Wolf. Where one blow lands, two shields rise to meet it, while brutal overhead strikes crash down upon the skulls of those foolish enough to challenge the might of these elite space wolves. On the offensive, the Terminators advance in a tight wedge formation, carving through their enemies like the prow of an armored ship. Those not pulverized by their warhammers are crushed beneath their arcing shields and heavy ceramite boots. Arjac wields a rune-etched thunder hammer known as Foehammer. His immense physical strength allows him to hurl this mighty weapon over considerable distances, turning it into a devastating ranged attack. Once the Foehammer leaves Arjac's grasp, its built-in teleportation device ensures it swiftly returns to his gauntlet, ready to strike again. The Anvil Shield is an enormous storm shield that serves as both an impenetrable defense and a brutal offensive tool. Arjac uses this powered slab of adamantium-laced obstinate to crush enemies and batter them away. Many a foe has met their end beneath the crushing weight of this formidable shield, their skulls shattered and their bodies broken. Arjac is encased in a suit of Indomitus pattern tactical dreadnought armor. This armor is a testament to the grim darkness of his existence, providing unparalleled protection while allowing him to wade into the heart of battle, a relentless force of destruction and death. In the grim annals of Fenrisian legend, few names resonate as powerfully as that of Arjac Rockfist. His journey from a humble blacksmith to the exalted champion of the Great Wolf is a testament to the indomitable spirit that defines the warriors of Fenris. Arjac's story is not merely one of brute strength, but of unwavering loyalty, self-sacrifice, and an unyielding will to protect his brethren. Arjac teaches us that true heroism lies not in the absence of fear, but in the courage to face it head-on. His valor in the face of insurmountable odds, his defiance against overwhelming forces, and his relentless pursuit of victory are qualities that set him apart as a paragon of the Space Wolves. The Foehammer, the Anvil Shield, and his Terminator armor are more than just tools of war. They are symbols of his resilience and his readiness to stand against the darkness that threatens the Imperium. Each scar on his armor, each rune on his weapons tells a story of battles fought and foes vanquished. As we reflect on the legacy of Arjac Rockfist, let us remember that greatness is forged in the crucible of adversity. His legend reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there are those who will rise to defend the light. Arjac stands as a beacon of hope and a reminder that the spirit of Fenris will never be broken. In the sagas of the Space Wolves, Arjac Rockfist is immortalized as a warrior who embodies the very essence of the Great Wolf's teachings. His legacy will inspire countless generations of warriors to come, urging them to uphold the honor and valor of the chapter with every strike of their hammers and every beat of their hearts. Thank you for listening. I must now return to my studies.
Vox terminal receiving transmission terminated. Return to normal duties.